How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new video. So in today's video, we're going to be welcoming a new project to the channel. I picked up an 05 Dodge Neon SRT-4 from Alabama. It is a 37,000 mile, very clean example. It's hitting the front end and I'm excited to get involved with it. Let's get it off the trailer and see what we got ourselves into. Alrighty guys, so we got the new battery installed there. We checked all the fluids, made sure all the vacuum tubing and everything was up to snuff and connected here. Looks like it should be about time for the first start on this thing. So without further ado, let's hop inside and see what happens. It's listed as a run and drive car on the auction, so hopefully it fires up with no issue. Alrighty guys, so we got everything disassembled here on the SRT-4. Got the bumper and both fenders off so we can get a better understanding of what's actually damaged here. We can see the left front suspension is damaged. We got the strut, that's pretty bent. We got a broken axle back here, torn boot out here, so this is going to get a shock, a knuckle, because the knuckle is broken right here. Shock, knuckle, hub and bearing, and either a boot kit or a new axle shaft depending on what's available. That is discontinued from Mopar and not available. The frame damage on this side starts at the mount point for the subframe right back here, and this rail is just lightly pushed to the side. You can see that everything within here is pushed over. The fuse box and battery kind of pushed together, so this rail here is going to have to come back over. When this got pushed in, because of the impact bar connection, it also pushed this rail this way a little bit. So we're gonna have to take this nose and pull it back to the left, and that should get us back in alignment there. So we're gonna be replacing the whole front end, both headlights. I'm gonna try to save the bumper because it's also discontinued from Chrysler. 2 new fenders, gonna have to get a used hood because the hood is also discontinued and not available. Coming on the inside here, we did get all the damage removed from the interior. Not too bad here, just the steering wheel airbag, the upper dash. Got a new one of those on order already, and the airbag over there, which I am trying to source at the moment. Interior was real easy to take apart. The seat belts don't deploy on these cars, so we don't have to tear into anything else there. Basically what you see is what you get here. Airbag dash, all set. And next we're gonna start ordering parts, and I'm gonna end up pulling out the drivetrain on this before I put it on the frame machine, so I can get everything straight without having to worry about damaging the drivetrain. The transmission mount is broken on this side. You can see it right here. The other half of it is sitting up in here in the frame rail. So I'm gonna remove the drivetrain as a unit, so I have plenty of access to get these rails straightened out, get it clamped down on the frame machine and do the pull. And that should be about it. For the most part, everything's really nice on this car. Everything comes apart. There's no rust whatsoever. Even the bolts down in the front end for the bumper cover are clean. They still have the black paint on them from the factory. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the wheels back on, close everything up, and move the car back outside. And we'll start the next video when it's time to start ordering parts. Have the intercooler removed from the vehicle. We also took out the lower charge pipe hose going over to the passenger side to give us access to the drain plug for the radiator. We're going to drain that out so we have no coolant in the motor when we're pulling it out. And after that, I'm going to drain the oil and get that all dried up and out of the way so we won't have any spills once the unit is out of the car. Also going to come over and drain whatever fluid is left in the transmission. We do have a leak in the back differential cover right here, so some fluid is leaked out, but I'm sure there's still plenty in the unit. So I'm going to get all these drained out so there's no leaks once we take this drivetrain out, and we won't have any spills all over the floor. Drain the transmission fluid. We're going to come in here with a 5/16 Allen socket and remove this drain plug right here. And then we're gonna come back and reinstall it once the fluid drains out and torque it to 17 foot-pounds per the service manual. have it, everyone. The Neon is back on the ground with the drivetrain removed, got the suspension back together enough that it can be rolled around. Next step is going to be putting this on the frame machine, because now that the engine and transmission are out of the way, you can see the frame damage a little bit better back here. There is a kink in the rail right here where the subframe mounts. It's kind of still hidden in the shadow, but it's right where my hand is here. So as you can see, this whole nose is kind of shifted over to the right. We're gonna grab this with the frame machine and pull it back into alignment, do all of our measurements. Just happen to have another Neon I can measure off of and make sure everything is exactly the way it should be from the factory. And once we get this nose squared up, we'll put new mounts in for the drivetrain, and we'll get the drivetrain reinstalled. And I'm going to do a separate video on timing belt, water pump, and everything, maintenance that needs to be done on that engine while it's out of the car, because I believe everything in there is original and has not been touched, considering the car only has 36,000 miles on it. So we're going to get this car pushed back outside, and we'll pick up in the next video where we get this thing put on the frame machine to get it back in spec on the front end. So guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. I'm super happy to be able to introduce the new SRT-4 project to you guys on the channel. A lot of work happened on that thing in a very short span of video. I'm super happy with the choice to pick up this project. It's actually a lot of fun to work on, and I'm super glad that it's a clean Southern car and everything comes apart really nicely with no rust. If you guys like this project so far, if you want to see more and want to see this thing hit the road once again, please feel free to like this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos, and leave your comments down below if you want to see anything or have any questions about the build. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and have an awesome day.